Hey y'all, Choice here. Thank you so much for joining me again for another session of Choice Spirit. I want to take a moment and talk about, people are talking about going back to Africa. You know, I did a couple of videos on this. So I'm going back into it because what's happening is relationships are destroyed before the relationship is formed. People are destroying relationships before a relationship is formed. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense, but let's hear me out. Let me see if I can fix this. You have vloggers, bloggers, YouTubers, influencers who are speaking about what's going on the continent from their perspective, from their point of view, and how they feel about what they're experiencing there. They're putting it up on social media. And a lot of these narratives are, are sensitive topics. And it's sensitive. People who are, as we are all growing through our as we are lifting ourselves from our various subverted state, our oppressed state, I'm talking about mentally now, all of the indoctrinated stuff that we're still working through. We have people, our brothers and sisters, who either they're opportunists by any means necessary, or they are not realizing the damage that's happening as a result of their sharing. They feel in their mind they want to tell people the truth about what's going on. But hear me good, people, what happens is, now remember, we're all vibrational beings. We're all vibrational beings. So one may show up someplace, with their mindset, their frequency, their vibratory frequency, and how they roll, whatever that may be. It may be drama filled. You see? So they're going to take off somewhere, and wherever they go, the same thing that was going on around them, from whence they came, is with them. So they can only manifest, and they can only see wherever they are vibrationally. And it's kind of complicated in a sense, but it's not. It's important that the brothers and sisters on the continent and those in the diaspora that is looking to, and those that are seeking to, make their home somewhere on the continent, that there's some stuff, there's some things that have to get worked out within. Because people are coming there running from themselves and wanting to give other people a narrative of what's going on. They are literally running from themselves and then doing videos to help people to get an understanding of what they perceive or what they are experiencing once they get there. Now, it's not to say that what they are experiencing is not so, because it is. Depending on where you're vibing, you're going to run into all kinds of things. Or your state, your natural, your normal way of being is going to attract certain situations. In addition to life is going to have its way with you anyway, no matter where you go. But what's happening is people are destroying relationships before we can even form a relationship. Before we can even make it work or allow it to work. So all the countries on the continent that felt offended by many of the stories and the narratives that have come across the feed, the news feed or social media, I'm actually lost for words, because for me to apologize for those people that have to work themselves out is not the way to do that, really. Those that are in a certain place won't see it for what, will not see it for what it is. And that is that it is their issue, their story, not yours. It only becomes a part of your story when you give it your attention and your focus, and you choose to believe what they are spewing. When we know better, we can do better. When we know better, we can do better. And see, the other part of this is you have people that are in control of the media. They're not going to show you, now that they see that, information's getting out, they're trying to clamp down on the kind of information that is coming out about those that are raping the continent. And they're going to switch those cameras and information or change the algorithm, if I say so that it puts out the negative stuff about what's being said. It's almost like doing a reality show, and then after someone sees the edited version, they see everything that went wrong on the version that they're showing to the world. This is what they're dealing with, and this is to let you vloggers know and influencers know that this is what they're going to do, and what this will do is then further divide us before we even get a relationship going. Because they're going to edit whatever it is and find those that are at the lowest vibrational place for whatever reason and put that up there as the main story. Offending whichever countries they're talking about and the people. We're one people. Many different, It's like being away from a family member for a long time and not really knowing them anymore. in having to get to know them again. We are very much alike, but in some ways different. So those of you who are out there working to help people know what's going on, you can do all of us a solid by being a little mindful and a little more, thoughtful for the whole, for the whole. Sometimes we just want to voice our opinion and tell the truth about how we are feeling. But know that you're like an ambassador. You're like an ambassador for the whole of us. And what you do counts. And what you do makes a difference. So it's almost like a family airing their dirty laundry on the worldwide platform. Now we have to learn how to pull each other to the side and say some things, because everybody is watching. And believe me, they're going to do everything in their power to divide us. You know this. Now if you're going to be one of those that want to help in that dividing, you may be called out. Don't be don't allow yourself to be used in that way. This is how it works when we get into the minds of the people that they work on behalf of their enemies without realizing that they're working on behalf without even a paycheck. They're doing it for free. But they think they're getting paid. But it's peanuts. It's nothing in comparison to the unity and the love and the power in our unity that will spring forth fruit greater than anything you ever know. If and when you allow the relationship to grow. Quick word choice here. Much love. Thank you so much for joining me again. Please, I hope that I kept it clean. Much love. Namaste. Peace.